You've heard the rest. Now listen to the best. This is Two Legs, a Paul McCartney podcast. Breaking news. We knew this was going to happen, right? I know everybody wants back to the egg in London town, but don't be surprised. This has been the trend, right, Andy, since 2020, 50th anniversaries. What do you got, my friend?
Half Speed Remasters is here. You, my friend, called it. You said that you sometime in December we would hear an announcement about a Half Speed remaster of Band on the Run, and today Paulie dropped it on us. But a little bit of a different tweak this time. We're getting
A
a
little bit,
50th.
right?
We're getting a 50th anniversary edition of Band on the Run, and that'll be the what 15th copy for you and I, probably at
Close
least
to 20.
close to 20 when
I
we
think
factor.
I think this is his most pressed album, right? This has to be his
Well,
most
think
pressed
about
album.
it, right? I mean, we're not
Yeah,
going to go through them all now, but I mean, it's been
yeah.
so many. 50th anniversary edition is coming out the 2nd of February of 2024, and this is going to be, and it's being billed as the underdubbed mixes. So,
Right.
you're getting a half speed remaster, but you're getting some bonus content here because he probably feels, you know what? I've issued this so many times. I can't just throw out a half speed remaster. I've got to give them something else that's new with this record,
Right.
and we
Right.
get it. So let me just run down the press release, which is out today. 50 years to the week of its original release, MPL and Universal announced the expanded 50th anniversary edition of Paul McCartney and Wings' iconic Band on the Run, due on 2nd of February 2024. A fixture of all-time greatest album lists for decades, the multiple Grammy-winning number one smash was originally released in December of 1973, featuring the immortal title track, worldwide hit Jet, the Wistful Bluebird, longtime live staple Let Me Roll It. God, don't we know that's true? The multifaceted Picasso's Last Words, and climactic closer 1985. Band on the Run is undoubtedly Wings' most successful and celebrated release ever.
Mm.
The 50th anniversary edition of Band on the Run will be available in a variety of formats, beginning with the Essential 1LP. This special vinyl edition was cut at half speed, as all the other ones were, using a high resolution transfer of the original master tapes from 1973 by Miles Showell at Abbey Road Studios in London. The single vinyl album configuration mirrors the U.S. track list, which features the song Hell on Wheels and
Hell on
includes
Wheels.
where we're getting Hell on Wheels and includes a Linda McCartney Polaroid poster. The 2LP vinyl edition features the original U.S. album remastered at half speed and a second, here we go for the diehards, a second LP titled Underdubbed Mixes Edition, housed in a premium slipcase. The set also includes 2 Linda McCartney Polaroid posters. A 2 CD format will feature the original U.S. album, underdubbed mixes, and a double-sided fold-out Polaroid poster taken by Linda McCartney. Band on the Run Underdubbed will also be released digitally. Speaking about the underdubbed version, Paul said, this is Band on the Run in the way you've never heard before. When you're making a song and putting on additional parts like an extra guitar, that's an overdub.
Right.
Well, this version of the album is the opposite, underdubbed. Band on the Run Underdubbed presents Band on the Run's 9 classic songs for the first time without any orchestral overdubs available digitally. The previously unreleased rough mixes were created by Jeff Emmerich and assisted by Pete Sweatingham at Air Studios on the 14th of October in 1973. The track list, newly ordered as detailed below, mirrors the original analog tapes discovered in the MPL archives. Finally, Band on the Run will also be available in Dolby Atmos for the first time, newly mixed by Giles Martin and Steve Orchard. And then we have the track list, and the underdubbed track list is out of sequence a little bit. So, but that's the release, and as you said, partner, we knew it was coming, and here it is, and the slipcase looks nice, and I'm excited to hear this.
Slipcase, it's got to be close to how Flaming Pie was released, right? With the
Looks
2LP.
looks very similar with that little slipcase
Right.
white cover there. Yeah, it does.
Right. And overdub. I mean, this is kind of going to be a little interesting, right? Maybe we won't hear the initial orchestration at the beginning of No Words, or any of it throughout the whole song. Maybe it just starts with the the guitar part.
Yeah,
Maybe we don't get horns at the beginning of Jet or throughout Jet. We don't know.
that'll be so cool to hear.
You're right. The orchestration in Band on the Run. Maybe we don't get that. So like he says, the underdubs. This is prior to any additional works after those initial sessions. So this is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to hear these. This is kind of almost echoes the Lennon stuff, right? Where where you're getting,
Well,
not everything, they're not finished, or maybe you're just getting Paul with the guitar, bass, drums,
yeah,
maybe a little Linda, so and Denny obviously. So you're
almost
not
kind of like
getting everything.
almost kind of like the Lennon stripped down thing that he did with Double
Right.
Fantasy, kind of like that a little bit.
Right. Right. And then also it's important to note that this is the first time a CD has been incorporated with these releases,
Right. It's
which
only
was
just been the
kind of
LP.
interesting.
Yeah, we're
Always
you're
just the LP.
and partner, we both pre-ordered today on
Yes.
paulmccartney.com. I only opted for the vinyl this time. You got the vinyl and you got the 2 CD, right?
Yes, yes. And thank you for Affirm for being there. You are a lifesaver.
No, yes, you are a firm. We love you.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll grab the 2 CD at some point, maybe off of Amazon when it's a little cheaper. But the LP, yeah, paulmccartney.com. Out on the 2nd of February. We probably won't get it that day. It'll probably be a couple
No.
days later, right, bud?
Right. Well, I'm hoping we get it before we have to go to the fest. I mean, when's the fest? That next weekend, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
9th,
then
10th,
me
and
being in
11th.
Michigan, yeah, me being in Michigan, and that's where the distribution center is. So I'm hoping to get
You get
it,
it first.
yeah, hoping to get it a day or two, you know, after it's released. So I'm technically supposed to be getting next Monday. Looking forward to getting the new wonderful Christmas time
Oh, the
T-shirt.
shirt. Yeah, he
Or
had the new
yes,
shirt.
yes,
Yes, I saw that on his
yes,
store.
yes.
Yes. You
Yeah,
grabbed it? Good
so
for you.
yeah, I grabbed that. So if you don't know, go to paulmccartney.com and go to accessories or store, and you'll see a new line of Christmas t-shirts and sweaters that you can order. So looking forward to that. So yeah, I mean, listen, are we excited about this release? Do we need another Band on the Run? No, but this is
I
since
I will
2020,
yeah,
50th
I it's
anniversary,
going to be it's consistent, and at least Paul for this time gave
something new. Right,
the veteran seasoned hardcore fan
right,
something new to listen to and enjoy. I'm going to be honest with you. If it was just a half speed remaster of the album, I'd buy it. I'd listen to it once. It would go on the shelf. We all know that. That's what
right,
most of us would have done. The fact that there is a new thing, an aspect of this record to listen to with some underdub mixes, to hear things like Jet without horns, and
right,
basically it's without the Tony Visconti orchestration. So,
right,
um,
right.
on a lot of these tracks, and there's a lot of orchestration on these tracks. I wonder how Tony Visconti feels about that. Probably not too good, but hey, listen,
Yeah,
the album's been reissued, as you said at the start, 15 times, so that you can hear the song. It's a new way to hear the song, kind of like we talked about. So, you said,
hmm
listen, the calendar year would not end without an announcement of a half speed remaster, and
right,
we'll have it in 2 months' time.
right. And look, and another thing is people are out there probably saying, well, we want those recordings from August of '73, right? With Denny and Henry, right?
Right
Where are
before they
those?
left.
Yeah, before they left. Well, that doesn't fit Paul's narrative, right? What does he say? What does he like what's the story he likes to tell? Right?
They
The
left,
tapes
and
were
we made the
stolen.
album. Right,
And
right.
and the tapes were stolen
The
while we were
tapes
in
were
the,
stolen, and it
it
becomes
goes,
this. Right.
yeah. So, I would say never expect those, you know, and those were cassettes from the reels, I believe. I don't those weren't the actual
No.
recordings that they did. So they have to be out there. Maybe they're mislabeled, who
Listen,
knows?
Denny
But
Sywell told us on this show that they
right.
exist.
Yes. Yeah, they exist. But for whatever reason, that doesn't fit Paul's story. He wants us to believe that those tapes were stolen, and they're and that's it. So again, like his we're not coming to America without a number one story. I mean, that's been proven to be.
Yeah.
He likes his stories.
Well, because after telling them for 50 years, you just get conditioned to saying how the same thing.
Yeah,
So if it fits his
right.
narrative, he's gonna keep doing it. That's what he's gonna do.
Agreed.
But it's exciting. And it's nice to see Denny back in the picture again, especially now as his health is failing.
Right.
And we give our best wishes to Denny.
Yes.
And if you follow social media and any kind of Wings or Beatles pages, you know that he's not doing well. And if this gives him a little attention and helps him out, then that's great. Because it's sad. And we give him our best. And met him at a few fests, took a picture with him, signed
Yeah.
my Wildlife album. which was so nice of him. So if this gives Denny a little more attention and helps him out in his time of need, then that's great. But yeah, no, it's another half speed remaster and more McCartney. It's not a 7-inch singles box set, which we found out about this time a
Oh,
year ago.
yes. So listen, I think listen, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the speculating thing, but I'm gonna say that we're gonna get something. We'll get this in February, right? And then let's hope we get either a new album and or the two
Another
box sets,
archive.
or the London Town Back to the Egg in
Yeah,
the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter. So let's hope for that. I mean,
listen,
because let's face it, there's nothing else, right? But there's really 74, right? There's nothing besides Junior's Farm. There's really no actual album release. So
no,
why
not
not
unless he
give
would
us a new?
not unless he went into some deep thing where he released some archive stuff. But I mean, you got One Hand Clapping,
Right,
and that was in '74. But you
right.
haven't actually had a,
Right.
you've got One Hand Clapping on Band on the Run, the archive. But I mean,
Now,
it's
now I would say don't be surprised if we see a cleaned up version of that go on his YouTube channel.
yes, 100%.
You know? So
Which
so there.
that maybe in 2024, because I mean, One Hand Clapping and all that stuff, and the trip to Nashville and all that. Obviously, maybe that gets packaged into some kind of documentary.
Right.
Hey, in the summer of
Yeah.
'74, we did Junior's Farm.
Right.
Maybe there's a 12-inch. Maybe we get some kind of 12-inch single release of Junior's Farm,
That would
first
be
time
cool
ever.
as well. Listen, I'm all for it. Junior Farm is
You
my favorite
you love
song.
that song, yeah,
I love that song. But let's okay. So February we get this, and let's hope that in the second half or the fourth
yeah.
quarter of 24 we get either a new album or a well actually what in 18, right? We got the new album, and then we also got did we get
Big,
Wildlife and
we got
Rainbow
the big barn
Speedway?
box. We got the big
Yeah, we
barn
got the Big Barn
box.
Box.
That one.
So who is to say we can't get, we can't get multiple stuff in 1 year?
We shall see. It'll be very interesting. The underdubbed mix of Band on the Run drops on
Right.
the 7th, which is on Thursday. So that'll give you your first kind of taste of what are these songs going to sound like underdubbed. Band on the Run is the first one dropping. I don't think you're going to hear you're probably not going to hear the dun 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 dun
Right.
dun dun dun. You're not going to hear any of that. So
Right.
that'll be very interesting to hear. So
No, I agree. I agree 100%. These underdubs are going to be interesting, to say the least. But I don't think we'll ever see those
no.
stolen tapes. So
What are you doing? He's a musician. Leave him alone. Funny story. Funny story.
funny
So
story, but I'm sure that was a scary evening.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. So yeah, at paulmccartney.com, it's on. It got really
Right.
his website and his socials dropped that all that today, and an email as well too. An actual fact: if anybody subscribes to the magazine email, which is the one out of the Netherlands, which has been around for 50 years, of which I have a few issues. I'm not a subscriber yet. Mark Lewison actually just really penned a really nice retrospective essay on Band on the Run in terms of his experience with the album. It was in his first new album, and again, some of you of our fans and viewers have watched, and we've talked about Magazine. And if you follow that, check it out. It's on their website, magazine.nl. Check that website out. Mark Lewison wrote a really, really nice in-depth perspective about his personal experience with Band on the Run, seeing Wings in '75. Really personal, and was again coming from Mark Lewison, so it was really, really cool to watch. And read. So take a look at that on the magazine.nl website. That's on there. That also came out today as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's the news of the day.
That's it. Those of you that are not aware, Talk More Talk dropped their latest episode with Gary Evans and Ken Womack on Ken's book, Living the Beatles Legend, The Untold Story of Mal Evans. And that dropped on Talk More Talk's channel today. So give that a view.
You, my friend, you just dropped a very interesting episode with our frenemy.
Yeah.
I won't say his name, but you guys talked about the Pete Townsend record. What was it called again?
Empty Glass from 1980.
Empty Glass.
Yeah, which was
Let
his
my love
idea.
Open your door.
Let my love open the door. Yeah. That's on my own channel, Andy's Music Vault, The Other Leg. We did a nice show for an hour and a half with Sam, and that went up the other day. That's on my own channel. And of course, Paul and the Beatles snuck into the conversation just a little bit, but it was an enjoyable chat, and that's on there. Also, a lot of thanks to our viewers out there. Episode 209 with Ken Holmack on the book is doing really well. It's on just about 10,000 views.
Yeah.
Just about. So thank you for people that have pushed that or saw it. I mean, it's just exploded in the last month with the release of Ken's book. So thank you, anybody that has pushed that, or it's crazy to see that, because we did that back in June and now it's like it's exploding. So thank you.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for watching, and if you subscribed since then, welcome to the show.
Yes. So that's it for us. Another half speed remaster on the way with some bonus content and underdubbed mixes. I'm sure we'll be unboxing it and recapping it early 2024. So we will see you all next time. For Tom, I'm Andy. Peace out.